Yow, yow, yow. What up, what up, what up, my betting family? We back with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing out my top 6 picks for today's or tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started, though, as always, I would like to say good morning to y'all, good afternoon, whatever time it may be that you're watching this video. Hope y'all having a good one, and hopefully we can make it a better day by winning some money. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently still on the road to 1,000 subscribers, but we're only a couple subscribers away from hitting that mark. So I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Just to do a quick recap of yesterday's picks or the 2 slips that we did submit. As you guys can see with this one, this were the picks that we posted on yesterday's video. We were 1 away from getting the sweep. Zach LaVine wasn't able to get it done for us, as he only ends up with 6 rebounds and assists, and we needed 9. This was a back and forth game. It was a very entertaining game. Zach LaVine offensively, like I predicted in yesterday's video, I didn't think he was gonna have as much of a impact offensively as he did against the Toronto Raptors. But I just thought he would be, involved in other ways. Obviously, more involved with the rebounds and assist side of things as to why we took his over 8.5 rebounds and assists. But fortunately, he wasn't able to get it done. The Heat were able to advance and grab that last spot, that A seed. And the Bulls, unfortunately, are going home. But for the other 3 that we were able to green, we had Jimmy Butler over 8 made free throws. He just gets it over at 9. He was aggressive more towards the end of the game, but I don't think this should have been as close as it was, as he did have like 3 and 1s. So he only got 1 free throw instead of the usual 2. And then he also missed 1 free throw. So either way, he was able to get it done for us. He makes 9. We also had Karl Anthony Towns over 33.5 points and rebounds. He goes above this line at 39. He had a monster game. As I predicted, the Thunder just didn't have a matchup for Cat. He just pretty much gave him a lot of trouble. It really didn't have nobody for him. Obviously, the OKC Thunder are already a small team, and when you add Rudy Gobert into the lineup, their most tallest defender is going to guard him. And being that they're already a small team, I didn't think they would have nobody really to match up for Cat, as he was able to get it done for us. And then we also took the under on Josh Giddey, 20.5 points. He only ends up with 6 points after that great offensive performance, scoring 31 points against the Pelicans. It was a letdown spot for him offensively, pretty much for the OKC Thunder, as they ended up, kind of getting blown out. But 3-1 day, 1 away from the sweep. It is what it is. But then we also had our Twitter slips, our slip submitted to our Twitter account. And that one didn't do that good, as we were only able to go 3-3 on that one. I did bet the $20 for that, as it was the protected flex play that PrizePicks usually does every Friday. So we'll be getting our money back in promo funds here later throughout the day. But 3-3 slip, obviously a losing slip. But yeah, man, overall yesterday it was an okay day. Really, obviously we didn't win any money, so we definitely want to win some money here to start the first round of the playoffs. So let's go ahead and get started with my top 6 picks. For my first pick, I'm going to be going to the points and assists category. I'm going to go to the first game, Philly against Brooklyn. And I'm going to be taking James Harden over 30.5 points and assists. Now, in 2 games versus the Nets this season, he's averaged 32.5 points and assists per game. In those 2 games, one game he ended right on the hook with 30. But in the most recent matchup, he went over with 35. Now, that's the game I really want to focus on because that game where he had 35 points and assists was with the new look Nets, where they had already acquired, Mikal Bridges, Spencer Dinwiddie, Cam Johnson, and them boys. So that's the main one I want to focus on. He was able to hit us over with 35. Now, over the last 7 games, the Nets are allowing the 3rd most points per game to opposing point guards. So that should fare well for him offensively. And as far as in assist-wise, we all know what James Harden could do as a facilitator. As this season, he averaged 10.7 assists per game. And also, I see him getting, obviously, a lot of assists going to Embiid, as Embiid is a matchup problem for the Nets, who are pretty small as a team. So for my first pick, I'm going to be taking James Harden over 30.5 points and assists. For my second pick, I'm going to be going to the rebounds and assists category. I'm going to go to the next game on the board, the Hawks against the Celtics, and I'm going to be taking Jason Tatum over 13.5 rebounds and assists. Now, he has hit this over in 3 of his last 4 versus Atlanta, including the 2 matchups that he played against them this season. Now, in his last 4 games, he's had 13 rebounds and assists, 15, and 21. So the one that he did miss came right on the hook with 13. Now, for the season, he is averaging right at this line at 13.4 rebounds and assists. Also, for the season, the Atlanta Hawks are allowing the 3rd most rebounds per game and the 11th most assists per game to opposing power forwards. I also looked up the stats for what they allow to opposing small forwards, because if Robert Williams gets inserted into the lineup, that moves Jason Tatum to the small forward. But if he comes off the bench, then more than likely Jason Tatum is going to start at the power forward position. So against opposing small forwards, Atlanta has allowed the 10th most assists per game and the 12th most rebounds per game to opposing small forwards. So all in all, if he's the small forward or the power forward, I think Jason Tatum should be able to get us 14 rebounds and assists, as he's been able to do so recently against the Hawks. So I'm going to be rocking with him for my second pick. For my third pick, I'm going to stick to the same game, but I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to go to the Hawks side, go to the points prop, and I'm going to be taking the under on Dejounte Murray's 19.5 points. Excuse me. Now, as you guys can see, over his last 5 games, he's averaging right at this line at 19.6, but has only hit the over in 1 out of his last 5 games. He has come close in a few, pretty much his last 4 games, where he's had 17 points, 19, and 18. But against the Celtics, he has gone under in both games against the Celtics this season. In those 2 games, he ended up right on the hook with 1 with 19. And in the most recent ones, he only scored 14 points. Now, in his career against the Celtics, he has struggled, as he's only averaged 14.3 points per game in his career against the Celtics. And also, we know what Boston defense is capable of. They're top notch. As for the season, the Celtics have allowed the 4th least points per game to opposing shooting guards. Now, when it comes to over the last 7 games and over the last 15 games, the Celtics are allowing the least points per game to opposing shooting guards. So all in all, Dejounte Murray is going to have a tough matchup here against the Celtics. They have a lot of bodies they could throw at him. They have Jalen Williams. Marcus Smart is more than likely going to be matched up against Trae Young, but they also had Derek White. They have Malcolm Brogdon. Pretty much they have bodies to throw at him on top of being a great team defense. So I'm going to be taking the under on Dejounte Murray's 19.5 points for my third pick. For my fourth pick, I'm going to be going down to the next game, the Knicks against the Cavs. This one obviously should be a very, very competitive one. And I'm going to be taking, for my fourth pick, I'm going to be taking Julius Randle over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now, against the Cavs, he has hit this over in he has hit the over in 7 of his last 8 games against them, including 3 games this season. In those 3 games this season, he averaged 15.3 rebounds and assists per game. So just to run the numbers by his last 8 games, he's had 23 rebounds and assists, 12, 14, 14, 11, 16, 13, and 17. And as you guys can see, the lone one that he did miss, he missed right on the hook. Also, over the last 7 games, the Cavs are pretty much in the middle of the NBA as far as in allowing rebounds per game and assists per game to opposing power forwards. So all in all, I think Julius Randle could probably hit this line alone just in rebounds, but obviously he can also get a couple of assists here and there. So I'm going to be rocking with him for my fourth pick over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Now for my fifth and sixth picks, we're going to go to probably the most entertaining game of the night game, the Kings against the Warriors. And for my fifth pick, I'm going to be going to the points and rebounds category. And I'm going to be taking Domantas Sabonis over 33 points and rebounds. Now, in 3 games versus the Warriors this season, he's averaged 21.3 points per game and 16.7 rebounds per game for a total of 38 points and rebounds, which is well above this line. In those 3 games, 2 of them he ended with a push, and then one of them he had a monster game, a 2020 game, where he ended up with 48 points and rebounds. So all in all, the Warriors themselves, they do have Kevon Looney and Draymond, which are great defenders down low. But I just think Sabonis being pretty much the lone big man for the Kings, thinks he's obviously going to spend a lot of time in the paint, especially with Kevon Looney being an inside center and Draymond really not being a threat from the outside. So I think he's going to spend a lot of time in that paint area. And for the season, the Warriors allowed the 8th most points per game and the 11th most rebounds per game to opposing centers. So he's played well against them here recently. He's actually hit this over in 3 out of his last 5 games. And obviously the 2 that he did miss were ended in a push with 33 and 33 apiece. And those 2 games came earlier this season. So I'm going to be rocking with Sabonis over 33 points and rebounds for my 5th pick. And for my 6th and last pick, I'm going to be going to the points category, sticking to the same game, going to the other side. I'm going to go to the Warriors side. And I'm going to be taking Klay Thompson over 21.5 points. Now, as you guys can see, over his last 5, he's averaging 24.4, hitting the over in 3 out of his last 5 games. I like this play, line a lot, this play a lot. Klay Thompson, as you guys could see, ended off the season in a very good rhythm offensively, and I expect them to obviously carry this on into tonight's game. Also, the Kings, as we know, they play a very fast pace. The Kings defense allowed the 7th most points per game to opposing teams this season. So I think whether it's a fast-paced game or a half-court game, as we know that the playoffs kind of come down, they slow down the pace. The playoffs are more about a half-court game. But either way, if it's a fast-paced or half-court game, Klay Thompson should be able to be effective. As we know, he obviously has the experience. The Warriors overall have the experience advantage, and I expect him to take advantage of that experience and be obviously able to get 22 points for us here tonight. So that's going to be it for my top 6 picks, y'all. I'm going to just recap really quick. We're going to be taking the over on James Harden's points and assists, the over on Jason Tatum's rebounds and assists, the under on Dejounte Murray's points, and then the over on Julius Randle's 11.5 assists, the over on Sabonis' 33 points and rebounds, and the over on Klay Thompson's 21.5 points. And as always, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. Also here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So we're going to be placing a $5 entry for the possibility of winning $125. Let's go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.